This is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. I don't normally do this, but, and I have plenty of unboxings to do, but I wanted to talk about this for a second. Or should I say unenvelopings? But anyway, this envelope is full of over-the-counter items. Now, majority of people that have insurance policies have a perk of getting over-the-counter items. So I just wanted to show you all typically what we get. Now this is the actual size of these glucose tablets. And this is, for those of you not familiar, if you're diabetic and your blood sugar goes low, it can be very dangerous. And these glucose tablets, once you hit under 70, you chew one of these. And then you wait 15 minutes. And then you test your sugar again to see if it's come up. And then if it hasn't come up, you eat another one of these. Now you can also do something like a candy. They recommend that you have a item that will spike your blood sugar, like a candy or sugar or honey, and also a carb, a sustaining carb. These tablets are designed to raise your blood sugar, raises low blood sugar, and boosts energy. So this has an added bonus because it has certain vitamins in it. It, however, does not say that it is gluten-free. And that's one of the things that's the downside of the over-the-counter program. Most insurance companies, they have a list, and you put in a number or check a box, and it just has a small description of the item. So if you have celiac disease and you're diabetic, see, this doesn't expire till 2026, which is great. You have no way to know whether you can use the product or not. Alcohol prep pads. If you're diabetic right now, you know the insurance companies have stopped paying for these. These are generally $8 a box at a pharmacy. They are, or they were $3 on the over-the-counter list. So the over-the-counter list is a way to get those if you have an OTC program. Here's earplugs. We're going to start aqua therapy soon. We'll be swimming and in the pool. And here we have B12. Had a friend recently contact me. Well, she's a friend of me, actually. She'd been in the hospital, and she had tanked on her B12. B12 is an important vitamin. Actual size. And this, again, does not say gluten-free. So my family member won't be able to take this either. So I'm going to have to look in the wild for another source of B12 for my family member that I ordered this for. This OTC program does say that you don't have to return this because it's not gluten-free, because I'm also diabetic and I can use these products, but I was hoping that they would be gluten-free and the person I ordered them for could use them. But since there's just a list, I have to gamble with the amount of money that these items cost to whether they'll be gluten-free or not. Because my family member has diabetes and celiac disease. And that's how that goes. And I know you all probably have over-the-counter benefits. And usually the items, I have found these items from this company that the prices are reasonable. Especially the alcohol prep pads are a reasonable price, much less than they are at the store, or at least the drugstore. I haven't checked Dollar Tree. And you can buy for these, if when you prick your finger or you inject insulin, you need these to clean the area so you don't get infection. You can use like tissue or makeup pads, and get a bottle of isopropyl alcohol. At $3 though, this is going to be less expensive than that. At $8 it might not be, but it ends up just being like a list like this that you have to choose from. And it'll say glucose tabs. And it'll have no other, well, it did say raspberry, so we knew it was raspberry flavored, but we had no idea whether it's gluten-free or not. You don't get a chance to read the labels when you order. And so it's very unfortunate that we can't view the product. We can't see. There were other glucose tabs, so we might have preferred, what was in them. That says included 15 grams added sugar, total sugars 15 grams, total carbs 15. So that's what they recommend when your blood sugar is tanking, that you take a carb and a sugar. And so this includes both. But if you have celiac disease and this has gluten in it, you then regurgitate. This has maltodextrin in it. Maltodextrin can contain gluten, and it may not contain gluten. If maltodextrin derived from or made from corn is okay, maltodextrin made from wheat is not. So from the ingredient list here, there is no way to know how the maltodextrin or the it says dextrose. I'm not sure about the dextrose. But I know the maltodextrin alone is one of those things that can make this completely gluten-free, or it can make it full of gluten. And there's no way to know, because it doesn't say where the maltodextrin was made, what it's made of. So, I can call the manufacturer, but a lot of times when you get that customer service person on the line, they don't understand celiac disease. They don't understand what gluten is. I've gone into Applebee's and the chef was like, "Oh, that's a preservative." What? No, it's not a preservative. It is kind of a binder, but it's not a preservative. So I would not be able to give this to my family member with celiac disease. And they have diabetes. So what do I do when they're taking? It's going to continue to be a piece of toast with honey on it, which takes a bit of time. And these are made for when a person has an emergency drop. And I could give this to my family member and they could vomit while their blood sugar is dangerously low, which would upset their stomach and they wouldn't be able to hold food. And that's a trip to the emergency room, if you're lucky. If you are lucky. Think about that. So I just get to order this from a list that I have no idea whether what I'm ordering is going to be gluten-free or not, if it's something ingestible. You'll have a wonderful and blessed day. If you have similar issues with your over-the-counter orders, let me know in the comments. I know that our life is a little bit more complex because of the combination of conditions, health conditions we have in our household. When we sit down to the table, we order food. It's a flow chart of who can have what, and it's complicated. It makes life interesting, and we know a lot about foodcology, but it is sometimes daunting. So I'm going to have to look for these gluten free. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day.